Hello and welcome back to Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. Now before we get into today's video, make sure you smash that subscribe button so you never miss a video of ours and turn on the post notification bell as well, as it really helps this channel to continue to grow. So today we are looking at the WSL fixtures for this weekend, and it is of course the big one tonight between Manchester United and Arsenal from Leigh Sports Village. Now, Manchester United are coming into this game after beating Aston Villa 2-1 on the opening weekend, whilst Arsenal will be hoping to get back to winning ways after losing their opening game to Liverpool by 1-0. Now to look at some team news heading into this game, Manchester United, they don't have any new injury scares or worries. Obviously Emma Watson, the young teenager, is out for the season with her ACL, and Aoife Mannion is still out with her injury, another probably 9 to 10 weeks or so until she is back for Arsenal. Noelle Moritz is fit for this game. Jonas Eidevall was saying in his press conference that she is fit and available. However, Beth Mead will not be in contention just yet for this one, but she is getting ever so closer to returning to practice and playing for the team throughout the season. So that is very good news for Arsenal on that front. Looking at the game itself, now obviously there's going to be a lot of talk about Alessia Russo as she's returning to Manchester United just a few months after leaving the club, and she was obviously a key part of Manchester United's time when they managed to get results against Arsenal, obviously a couple of times scoring late winners over the pass, and obviously for Arsenal fans' sake she'll be hoping she can do the same. Manchester United, I think they look really good in their last game. The likes of JC Ferreira and Lucia Garcia looked really promising at times throughout that game, and I think as the season goes on we'll see that partnership start to blossom on the right hand side for Manchester United, and we'll see it just get stronger and stronger, and I am really excited to see what JC can do against Arsenal's defence this weekend, because I think she can really continue to exploit the WSL defenders and show why she was at Barcelona and is one of the top players in women's football. So that is something I'm really excited for. For Arsenal, obviously the big news coming out of them this week was that manager Jonas Eidevall has signed a new 3-year contract. Despite the poor run and form, despite missing out on the Champions League, the club obviously are still backing him as manager and are expecting him to continue to lead the way for a very long time, get them back winning a title and hopefully doing well in other competitions, and primarily getting back into the Champions League this season, which will be their ultimate goal. It's going to be interesting to see what tactics Arsenal deploy compared to last week, because I think that was one of their big weaknesses in that game against Liverpool, was using Chloe Lacasse as sort of a wing back, when traditionally I've never seen her play that deep before. And then if they are going to want to play with a wing back, is it going to be Katie McCabe and Steph Catley on either side, or will Jonas proceed and go with Lacasse and McCabe as sort of wing backs? And then can the likes of Frida Mornham, Kim Little and Leah Volti have a big impact in midfield that obviously in the past we've seen Arsenal be able to do really well and strongly. So yeah, I think that's going to be a really interesting game this evening, and I for one cannot wait for it. I don't know how to expect it to go, but I'm expecting a very close game there. The rest of the WSL games this weekend, then, if the rest of the games take place on Sunday, the big one there is Manchester City versus Chelsea. Manchester City opened last weekend with a 2-0 victory over West Ham, with Giroud scoring on her Manchester City debut, and then Chelsea managed to beat Tottenham Hotspur by 2-1, Mia Official scoring on her official debut for them. So again, I'm expecting this one to be a really close game between the two sides. It's going to be quite hard to put on paper who I think will be able to break down the other team better, but I think if I was to give someone the slight edge, it would be Chelsea, just because of the depth of their squad, and I think overall they look so much well-rounded already, and we're only 1 week into the season. So yeah, for me I would give that to Chelsea. Then the rest of the fixtures, we have Brighton versus West Ham United, Tottenham versus Bristol City, Leicester City versus Everton, and it concludes with Liverpool versus Aston Villa. So plenty of games to look forward to on the second week of the WSL season. And if you want to listen to a full podcast previewing this whole weekend of WSL games, make sure you check out our podcast of Women's Football Talk, available on all podcast apps. And in the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe so you never miss a video of ours, and that you're following us on Twitter and on Instagram for all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. And in the meantime, we'll see you soon.